All right, moving on. Okay, we have the set of resistance bands that I showed you before, okay? So I think what we're gonna do is use the bar inside my door of my truck. All right, so we're good. All right, so we're gonna take these bands and put it through the handle, okay, like so. All right, so now you're always going to have a good anchor point and it's not going to slip or come out or smack you. You can do what I like to start with on these if I don't get to the gym is you put your back flat up against the truck or where it should be, and then grab your handles, very handy dandy, and then use in a push-up motion. You're going to push your hands forward and back. If you have to lean forward a little bit to keep tension, do that, okay? So you're getting a full range of motion on your chest, okay? Just like a push-up. This is great if you're just starting out and you need some help getting those muscles built up so you can do a push-up, okay? And now again, the same way with your butterflies. You just step forward a little bit, get your footing, and then pull your arms around front. If it gets too difficult, you can take some bands loose. And that's the glory of this, is that you can still get your butterflies in, you know, and that's pretty awesome because you can get a full range chest workout there. And the same goes for your tricep extensions, okay? Now, with the cables hooked up the same, you take one handle, put it inside the other, and you pull it through. See, now we're still fixed very tightly. So we can do an overhead tricep extension like this, grab it above your head, lean forward, and then extend your arms. Bend your arms back and extend forward. A great tricep movement, okay? This is awesome. All right. So you got your triceps, your chest, and then we are going to do a little back movement, okay? So we're gonna work this part of your back right here into your spine. And if I was in the gym, I would call this a bent over dumbbell row, okay? But I can stretch all the way out with this, anchor my feet, and then pull back. And all the way forward, pull back where your hand touches your ribs, like so. And like I said, do these to failure, 3 or 4 sets, because it's just band work, okay? It's not gonna be very heavy, and you need to do a lot of repetitions to get that muscle to start working. Definitely those are some very good exercises that you can do to get your back moving, just with these resistance bands, okay? And I have another one that I already have separated, and I'm gonna show you some things with that as well. We're gonna go into some shoulder work, okay? Some front shoulder raises and side shoulder raises. Okay, I have an extra handle and this, all right? So, with the handle, I'm gonna loop my band through there, like so, drop it down, and then you're gonna step on it like this. And then take out the slack with and you're gonna anchor it with your foot, okay? So, now you're gonna take this band, wrap it around your hand until you get because the more you wrap up, the more resistance you're gonna have. You wrap it around your hand, you'll get more resistance. You know, so just as straight from your side up to your chin. You know, this is really important for the drivers as well, because we're holding the steering wheel all day, we're turning it all day, we're cranking jack stands all day, or the landing gear all day. You know, we get inside and we are pushing that broom inside that trailer, or most of it should be, to clean that trailer out. You know, those are things you need to do. And now I've showed you the front raise, we're going to do the side raise. Okay, the front raise is going to hit this part of your shoulder in the front. Okay, then the side raise is going to get your cap, which what makes everybody look so wide is the cap of your shoulder. So you wrap it around till you get the resistance that you want, and straight up. Okay, at least to shoulder height with your arm. Act like you're pulling your elbow from your elbow up. So not so much your hand or your wrist, but pull with your elbow, and you'll feel the tension right here. Okay, awesome. All right, the shoulder press. You leave that on that foot. So now we're going to do a shoulder press, which is your overall shoulder, and this is the most important move for your shoulders because you're working all three heads of your shoulder at the same time. So get good tension, and like I said, the more you wrap it around your hand, the more tension is going to be. Then just press up. Okay, down to about your ear, where your thumb lines up with your ear, and then straight up. Keep going. Go until that last 1 or 2 reps is almost impossible to get. Okay, and you're going to do 3 or 4 sets of those. So yeah, keep your arm in line with your body, go all the way up, and then stop at your ear. Because once you get below your ear, you're taking resistance off of your shoulder. All right, so you want to keep that tension. Keep that tension right there. All right, awesome. We have the smaller bands. Let's talk about some leg work. All right, this is the small band I was telling you about. I think this one was only like $4 at Walmart. All this stuff came from Walmart, by the way, every bit of it. So you're gonna watch me fumble around to get inside this little thing because it stinks. Yeah, but hey, whatever works, right? And I probably should have bought the extra large version because they can't get them up to my knees. All right, so try to just get them flattened out if you can. All right, so what's going to happen here is you're going to put a little tension on those bands, toes and knees pointed out, okay? And you're going to go into a squat. And what that does is, if I'm correct, your adductors on the outside are getting this work, okay? You go in like this, all right? Easy peasy. Get into your squats. And before you ever squat with any weight, you need to be able to do 300 or 400 of these, okay? That gets you used to your heels never leaving the ground, your toes never leaving the ground, and keeping your back straight. And you want to try to grip the ground with your toes, if that makes sense. And then push through your heels. And then you'll have a perfect squat, okay? So that's just what you need to do. All right, and to get those adductors some more, you can just do a sideways walk. Step left 15 times, and then step right. Same, okay? Exactly. You can get into a little bit of squat and do it, and it keeps constant tension there. So I love that for those. It's pretty awesome. Now you're going to say, well, I seen you do the adductors, but what about the abductors? They're kind of needing some work too, right? Okay, well, with this set that you're going to buy, and I'll take you to the store and show you where it's at. You're going to get this ankle thing, all right? It's got a hook on it. So what we're going to do is I'm going to move her to the front of the truck. Now we're going to show you how to get them inner thighs or them adductors or abductors, one of the two. I don't know, look it up. But anyway, all of our trucks have a brush guard, okay? Some people call it different, but it's a brush guard and it's very solid, so you can use it. All right. You stick it through that little hole right there. Stick it through the handle like I showed you previously on the door handle. Put this little ankle bracelet around your ankle, and then your cable is going to hook to it just like so. All right? Give me a minute. And my ankles are almost too big. All right, stretch out until you're tight. All right, then you're gonna, the leg you're attached to, you're gonna bring your other in front of your other leg, okay? And then step back. And then bring it in front of your other leg and then step back. You know, these are very, very good for those inner thigh muscles, inner hinge muscles, you know. And then once you get done with this, and these, okay, these abductors and adductors, you don't want to hit really hard, because if you pull something, you're not getting up in that truck. Okay, so I'm just going to tell you that don't make them sore, just work them. You know, get them that little exercise that they need. All right, so wonderful. But yeah, and then just repeat on the other side. And if you're any bigger than me, you're gonna need a bigger strap. Promise. It's a little small. So I'm gonna set these straps up on my door, and I'll explain how I'm doing it so we can get some back work in. These are heavy duty straps, that's why I like them. So remember, 3 points of contact. All right, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna throw the strap over the door and through the window, okay? And then through. And then you're gonna take the, get it good and tight on one side of the door. Then you're gonna do the same thing with the other side. And if you'll give me a moment to grab my broom, I will show you how to utilize that as well. All right, you should all be issued a push broom of some kind. You know, when you get into your trucks, or if you don't have one, you need to ask for one, because you got to sweep that trailer out somehow. All right, now you take these bands. You got to make sure that they are spread wide apart, like to the edge of your window, as close as you can get, because you're going to be working both sides of your back muscles at the same time. Beautiful. All right, now if you're going to use a broomstick, you know, now keep in mind these are metal and they are hollow and they will bend. So when you put them through, all right, I'm gonna put my broomstick through here, and then about right there, okay? Now, you're gonna hold this bar like this, close to these bands, because then that takes the pressure off of the broomstick and you have it supported. So what you're gonna do is pull down. Pull your elbows straight down as far as you can, and then back up, then back down. Okay, so what we're doing is working the lateral muscles as well. I mean, that's your lats and your rhomboids too. It's very simple, it's not hard. You know, and if you want to get some more range of motion, slide your broomstick over so you're not hitting your mirror. And then you can go a little higher. Or you can lean back and pull and get more range of motion, okay? And that's with the broomstick. But if you don't want to use the broomstick, you can grab it with your hands and just pull down and then up, if you feel like this is safer for you, okay? So make sure you're pulling down and you hold for a brief second when you get to the bottom, because that puts that tension on your lats. And this is going to help with your pull-ups, because I can't do a pull-up yet, you know, and I've been doing this for 7 months now, 9 months now, 9 months. So yeah, it's been a fantastic journey, and I love it. So, and then I want to show you the same thing on the front of the truck, working the back muscles and these red straps, or actually we're going to use the other ones. And I'll give her time to get set up over there. Yeah, okay. All right, so back to this yoga mat we were talking about. And we'll set it up in front here and use these sets of 3 bands to get a little deeper into your back. A seated row, it'll work all the muscles that go all the way to your spine and your back, which is important because, you know, you're sitting all day and you get tired and you want to slouch, but the stronger those back muscles are, you know, and those tendons along your spine, the easier it'll be to sit up straight and keep a good straight posture while you're driving, because that's important. All right, so we're gonna sit down on this nice clean yoga mat so we don't have to sit on the ground, and then throw the straps over the brush guard, okay? Now, if you feel like you need to, you can slide forward and put your feet on the brush guard to give you some extra added support. And then grab your cables as close to your sides as you can and pull back and hold. Keep your back straight and your shoulder blades pushed together. And you're going to get all those muscles all the way down your back. This also helps with your traps, and you'll get some good stabilization in your back muscles. Or if you just want to set your feet down and pull straight back, whatever's more comfortable for you. You want more resistance, you choke up on the resistance bands closer to the brush guard, you know, and then you can get as much resistance as you want. All right. Awesome.